Open up with it.
Oh, we on now.
We
So
live.
you done already touched on it because we live, bro.
What's going on, folks? Sorry about the tardiness, man. We had to take care of some stuff, man. I had to handle something, but we're here, right? And that's all that matters. Share this to all of your pages, your friends. Tell them to come on, man, because we got a very exciting show. Who is the GOAT? Who is the real GOAT? BRON or Jordan? Come on, man. We're gonna light it up tonight.
We ain't gonna stop with those two. We're not gonna stop with those two.
Hey, let it be your argument, but we here. That's the most important thing. We've been going at it all day. Y'all don't realize the chat been fire, man. And we're gonna bring it to you just like that. But just in case you're wondering where you are right now at this very moment,
when the weekend turns to Monday and the clock strikes 9, we're bringing you a message that'll stand the test of time. We got the wisdom in the building, keeping everything secure. A late night conversation that is positive and pure. Turn your radio up, tell your family and your friends. This is where the true community connection begins. It's a place for inspiration, it's a place for real talk. The most uplifting hour on your late night walk. Trusty Sean P, Deacon King Ace, and your host, Reverend Larry. The mic is live right now.
oh man, I am your host, Reverend Larry. I got my man Trustee Sean P, and of course, my favorite Deacon King Ace is in the building. Man, today has been a busy one for me, but it's been even busier in the chat, man. And man, I wish we could just invite y'all in, but we can't.
Clutch Sports update.
Hey man, chat been live today, man. So look, man, we got a lot in store, and this will be the last night we'll be on channel 17 on YouTube. We will be converting over to our own page, Late Night Talk with Reverend Larry. So y'all go ahead and follow us over there. Do not forget, tonight broadcast will be rebroadcast at midnight tonight. Tomorrow morning, I don't know how. Yeah, tonight is actually incorrect. I mean, in terms of Deacon Ace, it is 0000 hours. Is that how y'all say midnight?
That's exactly how we say it. It's 0-100 to be exact. Yes.
0-100. Oh, right. Oh, and I forgot. Trustee Sean P is a Marine, so my apologies. Yeah.
0-100 hours to be exact. Yes, sir.
0-100 hours.
Also known as 0 dark 30.
Oh, fellas, how was your weekend, man?
Man, let me tell you something. It was long, it was arduous, and I don't know that it's gonna get any better coming up. I got court tomorrow, y'all. I gotta go to court. I got speeding tickets to deal with because you know my foot's all heavy and stuff like that. But I'm not blaming myself. I think Clutch Sports had something to do with the
got to.
You know,
Got to. I was gonna mention that.
They into everything.
You know, it ain't your foot.
I know that.
Listen, we're not doing this the whole night.
It ain't your foot. It ain't your foot.
Hey, look, it ain't your foot. It's
July the 8th, my baby sister and King Ace's birthday. There will be a decision by LeBron James.
Hey, look. Let me tell you something. Look. Hey, look. We're not gonna
interrupt you.
Hey, Trusty. Look, we're not gonna blame just the speed. We're gonna blame the clutch if you drive a standard.
Well, actually,
no pun intended.
It's a BMW 325. It's got a slapstick. It's a manual and or automatic. And, you know, in fact, it was in manual mode. And There's no clutch to it, unfortunately. But it's a 6-speed, and at some point in time, one of those speeds happened to be doing 67 in a 40-mile-an-hour zone, and I don't know, man.
Oh man,
I don't know how
come
that happened.
on, bro. Come on. It's 2026, dog. You know better, man.
No, I don't know
You
better.
know
'Cause I
better.
did it. That's
I
obvious.
don't think he do know any better. I don't think he know better, man. I don't think he know better,
Nah,
man.
they ain't gonna let him out with
I
that.
do
bro.
not know better. I know I got the ultimate driving machine. I'm not gonna sit here and put. I might be a grandfather, but I ain't that type of granddad, man. I ain't Sunday driving. I didn't buy that car to do 50 or 40 or 35 or 25. I bought it to drive it, and that's exactly what I got caught doing. I was driving her.
He trying to make sure you know what he need for speed.
Yeah, man. I don't know, bro.
I know one thing. It says 160 on the speedometer, but I can tell you for a fact it does a whole lot faster because the speedometer was bouncing up and down on it when I was on 95.
Nah, man, you got turbo or something now. You got that nitro. You got that nitrous in there.
Look at all that, man. I mean, I got the ultimate driving machine. That's what they call it, man. I'm not joking with you. I got it for a purpose, man. I got it. And look, about to get a Bentley.
See, he talking about speeding tickets. I already talking about getting another car, man.
Man, I'm not hearing this dude, man. I'm not.
He out there being reckless, man. Let's get into it though. What y'all want to get into first? We got
Man,
a few
you
things to chat.
talk to me. What you got, man? What you got? You said something.
Okay.
I'm with
Yeah,
that.
I'm
I'm with that.
let's go ahead and open this thing up real quick.
Open it up.
So,
bro. We here.
So, for your listeners, just want to make sure you following real quick. Just want to make sure y'all can keep up because we talk real in depth over here when we open up the mic. So, is there more than one way to cheat? Women believe most times that the only way a man can cheat is physically. Are there more than one way to cheat, gentlemen?
Absolutely.
Hey, your mic going in and out, man.
You said my mic is?
Because he's about to touch on something that Clutch Sports doesn't want him to, touch on.
Oh man. I do apologize if my mic is going in and out. It shouldn't be, but I apologize. If you want me to repeat it, I can. So, is there more than one way to cheat? Because for the most part, in most cases, women believe that there's one way to cheat, and that's physically. What do you fellas think about that?
I think that's bull.
Nah, man. This social media era, bro. It's a lot goes into infidelity and whatnot. The physical is probably the icing on the cake. No pun intended.
That is exactly what it is. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's just the icing on the cake. No pun intended.
Because at that point in time, you've already been cheating, especially for a woman. Because a woman's less likely to just go out and drop in somebody else's bed if she's in a relationship. But what she will do is spend time emotionally giving of herself to another, and that's cheat. You know what? I look at it like relapse for a substance abuser. Relapse starts long before the actual picking up of the drug begins again.
Yes.
It starts with patterns of behavior. It starts with, putting yourself in positions around people that you're not supposed to be around, and in areas that you really shouldn't be in. And you start doing those dangerous things again. Your thought process, your behaviors change, and you're in relapse with your behavior. And putting that and adapting that to the question, the moment that they give their mind, their conversation, their emotions over to another individual, well, they've already begun cheating.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot. It's not a, it's a lot. It's a lot.
It's definitely, that's time that's taken away from
that's
the
different. Yeah, and like I said, social media has brought different layers to the actual act. And I mean, things happen and people get kind of lost in the sauce and forget. We talked about forgetting the rules. And so I mean that type of behavior has happened on several occasions on several people. And be it clergy or you know, I got a partner, man. They he had a manager having an affair with somebody in like the mailroom or something like that. And
Wow. Talking
they
about sleeping
escorted
down.
yeah, they escorted her and him out of the building. And like he said, man, it was no question why they was being walked out the building. Then he told me there was another situation where a female who was on a higher like an executive position. She was with this other cat, like not the mail room, but like he didn't have an executive position. And word was he told us, he said
He
word
was a
was
nobody.
the husband forced her to tell the higher ups in hopes that they would fire the guy, but they ended up firing both of them. And so,
Absolutely. And so they
you
did it
know,
right. And let he who
yeah.
is out sin cast the first stone.
Oh
How
no, we
you
can't
gonna
take.
go?
Come on, dog. Wait, nah, I didn't.
No,
Oh,
no, no,
he
no. It's the same.
he
That's that.
he done
No,
went
I'm
all
not
the
I
way
saying
mean,
with
that. I'm
it.
saying
I,
they
I
have
He
to
done went
mean,
get
all the
rid of
way with
both.
it. Hold on,
They have to
wait
get
a
rid of
minute.
both.
I mean,
No, no, no,
yes,
no.
you
They
do.
have to get rid because
Yes,
both of them broke the morality clause. So how you
yeah.
gonna get rid of the dude and keep the executive woman when she's guilty of the same crime?
I think
This is why
honestly,
Jesus said,
he
"Let he
thought
who is
his
out sin cast the first
that's the
stone."
first stone. But I understand that. But you can also understand. I think honestly, the husband thought his wife's. If y'all can kind of read between the lines here, I think the husband thought her privilege was gonna
Yeah,
keep
she
her
was
employed.
exempt. She was gonna be exempt because she's so far up there that she has valuable
Well,
information, knowledge, and wisdom. Blah
well,
blah.
not just
She
that
gotta
she's
go too,
so
bro.
far up there, but she's of a certain race, and the other young gentleman was a young brother, if I may. I'm not trying to get.
Oh, so he thought her privilege.
That's what I said. He thought her privilege was gonna save her,
Well, you
and
gotta understand, you didn't
you
come
know,
out with that in the beginning, brother Larry. You only gave
well,
us that one was an executive and the other was an underling,
I was
and
trying to.
therefore,
I wasn't trying to, make it a racial issue, but I
it
thought the
was.
word privilege would. I thought the word privilege would, help
But
us
no,
further
it was.
along.
It was definitely a race. It's definitely a racial issue.
Not most that. Well, yeah, yeah, it's
It
black
definitely
and
is a
white.
racial issue on a couple of different fronts. Because I'll be darned if you let this, you know what, this them, uh, you gonna let this liberal get at my wife?
Yep.
No, she's gotta go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
I
they
said,
call
man.
her they call her kind mud sharks. I really don't understand that, but that's
Oh, I do
that's
because that's how they
yeah. I
still
don't.
think of us.
Yeah, I
Man, you
don't.
know
I don't
what?
know. That's kind
Man,
of weird. I don't.
man, you know what? I honestly believe that, and I'm gonna bring it from a different angle. That when you look at cheating does not come in one facet. It comes in a multitude. But it
Facts.
also
Oh yeah,
it comes in signs and red flags, like on a golf course.
oh yeah, oh
And
yeah, oh yeah.
when you're looking at cheating, whether you're talking about sports, you're talking about relationships, you're talking about just about work, you're talking about anything. There's an emotional, there's the physical, there's a mental, and people don't understand mental and emotional can tie together. The mental aspect can also be the rational side, while the emotional is the irrational side. The physical is
Mm-hmm.
just the physical side is just the outcome of
It's a
either
final
choice you make.
culmination.
Right, right. It's the final.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but no one also looks at the spiritual side of it too. And so I gave the analogy of the guy who ends up being in the friend zone, like two streams back, where you have a young lady. Let's just giving that example again for those who may not have heard the example. You have a young lady. She's at the gym. A guy tries to hit on her. She has a boyfriend. The guy is told, but you still allow him to work out with you. Y'all go to the gym. Y'all meet. You know he likes you, but you allow him to still work out with you. He may flirt with you from time to time, give you like little slick comments here and there. Those are forms and signs of cheating. That's a gateway to allow
Especially
that
if you're
person to have access to you over time.
She entertained.
Okay, I'm about to say something to blow your mind right now.
But at the same time,
Only
go ahead.
There's only time anybody can cheat on another individual is if they're married.
Okay, I'm glad you said that because we spoke about that as well. A lot of individuals, biblically and worldly, don't believe you're actually in a committed relationship or something serious unless you are married. But a lot of people don't view it that way as well, who are biblical and or worldly. So that part to me is based on preference. It's based on preference to me.
Biblically,
until I've made a vow to God and you, then anything is subject that I might be in a relationship with you, but I may have options.
But you're not even.
We could be working towards that ultimate goal, but I still have options, and so do you.
You're not even
at that point.
But you're not even supposed to be fornicating. So what are we talking about? Like.
So now it goes a step further. So now it goes a step. But
I mean, if you're gonna bring the Bible in it, like it's not about just it's just not about the vow to God going down the aisle. I get it, but
that's why I worded it that way from biblical and worldly on both sides.
Right.
Because you have some who are biblical, who are believers, who believe that cheating is this and this and that, but then you have worldly people who believe the exact same thing. And then on the flip side, unless you are married, unless you are or not, they don't believe. No, I agree with you. But then that also goes back to one of the last dreams we just had about the loyalty test. It ties right back into that too.
It sure does.
So now we're looking at a we're not even just looking at the whole thing. We're just looking at a microcosm of it at this point. Because now we're trying to understand just surface level principle of what cheating is. And if cheating is someone having access to you that only the person that you have committed yourself to, whether you are wedded or you actually have a serious commitment where you all have a boundary set that no one else has access to one another based on certain principles that you have established, all that goes out the window at this point.
So let me ask you this. Does size still matter if there's no fornication?
How would you know what the size is if you're not fornicating?
Right.
Now see, that's contextual at this point, because now you have to get a sample of it to know if that even matters.
That's what I'm saying is, like you can't pull out the vow of God. You can't pull out the vow before God, but y'all fornicating. Like I was telling one of my players, he was telling me a couple years ago how he was kind of ready. He had to move on from his lady because they not seeing eye to eye on some things, and he was real serious about it. But I told him, then you're gonna have to change how you're moving. You can't sit there and be stroking this woman and treating her like she your woman, but yet y'all supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? You can't, those are mixed emotions. Those are mixed signals. Yeah, not even mixed emotions, but it's mixed signals. You feel me? You can't want to move on from her, but yet y'all indulging in grown folk activity. Like, you have to move totally different. When she say, I want that, you got to say no. Like, let's just say he left, and she come by.
The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak.
Yeah, yes. She comes by 2 months later, and she shows up at the door a overcoat and a red lingerie on.
Oh no.
She
Oh no. Oh
she
no.
knows. See, she knows. She knows what can bring you back.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
you're gonna have to move different. And people don't really want
Your
to
prayer
know,
life got to be stronger.
man, everything gotta be strong. Spirit man, all of that. Because you don't want to
Well,
fall
his
off.
physical man was definitely strong. It was strong and rigid.
Yeah, because he never left.
Man, but
So
I just tell you
Exactly.
this. I just tell you this. Our overall principle for men is just we have to be stronger from a disciplinary sense. Like we have to be able to maintain frame no matter what the situation is, and it's difficult for us at times. It is
man, hey,
You
it's
got to
because
stop
stressful
eating the
enough
because
now.
forbidden
because when
fruit just
because it.
because the woman
I mean
offers
we
it to you.
no, I'm just saying like we know the examples. When if that hot chick walk by, you're gonna want to take a peek. But it's like
I mean,
that's where you're tempted, and then you get trained to not look. Right.
I'm I'm a I'm a,
We
That's when
got to
you
stop using. We got to stop using the Adam excuse.
no,
Well,
no,
the
no, no,
woman
no.
didn't give me.
I'm giving a worldly. I'm giving worldly to where it
It's
can
and it's still worldly.
help some of our young men who don't understand that we actually do set the precedence. If we don't allow some things to
Absolutely.
happen, if we set the precedence, some things or a lot of things won't happen. Like no matter what
That
she
is not just a
allows, because
worldly view.
no, what the reason I'm using worldly is because a lot of our young people and people in general now, they're not in their word, they don't go to church, they don't fellowship with one another to have these type of conversations like you and I are having. You know what I'm saying? So it's difficult to relate to them if you don't have something that they can actually grasp onto. We can try to speak to them from old term theological biblical biblical terms, but they're not going to understand it. So the only way for you to be able to get the word out to them is to be able to be transparent for them to at least grasp how to relate to certain verses, certain terms, certain ways to view and read and understand. Which is why one thing that our people lack is critical thinking these days. They've removed it, and so that's why a lot of our people don't understand. Like cheating is not just a mediocre thing of it's just physical. No, for in a lot of cases, it's a buildup. That's why the term work wife, work husband is a thing. And I'm like, don't talk to me about no work
yeah.
wife, work husband,
I never
because
Yeah,
understood
I
that.
yeah,
Never
don't tell me you got
understood
a
that.
work husband,
yeah,
because if I'm
yeah. I
married
don't
and
want
I'm
that
coming
one.
to your job and you telling me that, oh, this is my coworker and this always who look out for me, how do they look out for you? Explain it
Hey,
to me.
Exactly.
let's talk about let's
There's a
dig off into
reason.
that Wednesday. Let's dig off in that Wednesday. Work
Okay,
husband, work wife.
we could dive into
That's
it, but it was just an
yeah. We're gonna
introduction.
no
It was an
no. I'm
introduction.
just saying. Let's. I would like to expound on that work husband because I don't understand those.
Me
You
either.
know,
The
I
reason
don't
why I say
understand
it's
them.
not just really because in the beginning, the reason why I say it's the Adam and Eve thing is because there was no word. There was no written word. There was no Bible for them to go off of. They had an actual word. Understand me? And so the offering of the forbidden fruit from the woman, and this is just from this is an analogy, basically. You know, you're not to take from or to eat from the tree of the good and evil. You're not supposed to eat from that. You're not supposed to take from that. Okay, so when you get into these relationships where there is no marriage involved, it's still the same concept. The precept it remains. You can't take from that. You can't. As the man, you have to set the precedence in that particular relationship. This is where sin entered the world to begin with. No, I'm not going to go there. And because I'm going to save myself until I have properly put myself and yourself before God to make a commitment to you. And then we're going to move from there. Of course, that ain't never going to happen anymore.
Yeah,
Because
let's talk about. Let's definitely jump on that on Wednesday for real because that's something I think needs to be expounded on. Let's check this out right quick.
If Michael Jordan came into the league in 1984, that man got eliminated 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, and 90. The Pistons and the Celtics whooped his ass every time. I'm going to tell you something else I used to watch. The nigga scored 60-something in one game against Larry Bird and still lost the game. So it don't matter how great you are, you not going to win by yourself. It is a team sport. Michael Jordan, all 6 finals Michael Jordan played against, he went against the Lakers. That was Magic Johnson. Last year he had AIDS. James Worthy and Byron Scott was out of the series because they was hurt. So it was just Michael Jordan against a sorry Lakers team. The next year you go against Portland Trail Blazers, who didn't have nobody but Clyde Drexler. And who? Kevin Duckworth? Oh, he's sorry. Who else did they have? Jerome Kersey? Oh, he's sorry. And then who they go against the next year? The Phoenix Suns, you had Charles Barkley and who else? Kevin Johnson and Dan Marley, man, them niggas ain't no competition. And then you left. If you were so good when you left the Bulls to go play baseball, Michael Jordan, you left the Bulls. After you left the Bulls, they had won 58 games. The next year, they still won 56 games with Scottie Pippen. So that lets you know Scottie Pippen was still hooping, because even after you left, they still went to the end of the playoffs and almost made the finals and won 7 games with the Knicks. So what are you talking about? Then he came back and played the Seattle Supersonics in 95. And the Seattle Supersonics, who did they beat? Nobody. Went to the finals once, played Gary Payton. Man, you sorry. And then who you play after that? A 34 and 35-year-old John Stockton and Karl Malone? That's who you went up against? An old-ass Utah team? So what? You won 6 times? So what? LeBron done went 8 times already. You only done went 6 times. LeBron gonna finish beating you in scoring and assists. He gonna be the leading scorer of all time. Kobe ain't even in the conversation. Kobe, you sorry as shit. If Kobe was that damn good, Kobe was on the team with Shaq. Shaq had them 3 MVPs. Shaq had them 3 finals.
Yeah, man, I can't do it no more. I can't do it, man. But that's
Well, his language, number one.
yeah, but
But aside from that, he makes
man,
some valid and invalid points.
Oh no. I'm
No,
about to break every
Yeah.
bit of what he said
Yeah.
down. Y'all not about
He
to like
made
it-
some
it's-
valid and invalid
I'm about to
points.
break it every
yeah,
piece of what he said down, and y'all not
that's
about to like.
nothing valid he said, brother. That's
You know,
nothing
what
valid
he
he
said
said.
was valid. Yeah, they went to the finals. They went to the Eastern Conference Finals, but they lost
Just say,
because
hey,
they did not
just,
have Michael Jordan.
just say
Because they
you
did
hate
not have
basketball.
that killer. Because they did not have that killer. That's
Just
that's
say
in a
you-
nutshell. Scotty
just
was
say
not
you
that
hate
killer.
basketball.
He was not Mike. No,
Who?
I can't say that. I can't say that. There was some validity to what he said. Yes, they were still a great team. They just
There
were
was
not
n-
the best.
There was
Who?
there was no validity
The
in what
Bulls
he
still had a
said.
great team. They just were
There
not
was
the best team.
There was no validity in what he said, brother.
Man,
Not
come
a
on,
little
dog.
bit.
Okay. All right.
Like I said-
It could be a great conversation for us to have, which we're about to have it.
Yeah, we've been had
But
this.
what he spoke out of feelings. He didn't even have facts with what he said, because he brought up even Kobe not even being in the conversation. That's not even true. So he feels a certain way. That's not true.
Well,
You can't even say Kobe's not in the conversation, because we're also talking about someone who has lost 6 times in the finals, and Kobe's only lost twice. Blackballed 2 MVPs, 3 MVPs at most.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kobe was the best player in the league for a lot for many. No. I'm saying Kobe was the best player.
Yeah.
Kobe was the best player in the league for many years, but because he had that situation in Colorado that I don't want to bring up, is why they didn't do that.
Yeah, well,
Because
that's
anytime
all-
you have
I don't
anytime you have
even
a bad
count that.
snap on your name, they don't want to have you as the face of the league. That's a fact.
I'm not. I don't even count that. That's got nothing to do.
No, but I'm saying as far as the
mine is
MVP
strictly with
part, that's
3
what I mean.
times, the 3 years,
Okay.
the 3 seasons that he went to the finals, easily the best player in the league. Hands down, bro.
You talking about in his later years going into 2010 on the last championship?
Yes, the last
The
3.
last-
that-
Those last,
The last-
ones, yes.
the
But I'm talking
last
about those
3
first 3 with Shaq. When Shaq was still healthy, Shaq was still able to move and do his thing. Shaq was that beast, man.
No, it was 1A and 1B, bro. It wasn't.
Yeah.
Shaq
and
was
they were on
not
the same
carrying
team.
Kobe, dog. No, Shaq was not carrying Kobe, dog. Shaq was not
Okay.
carrying Kobe.
So the way I evaluate it is, when you look at that type of dynamic, Scottie Pippen, unfortunately, is considered a Robin. Let me just put it out there. Unfortunately,
Oh, facts.
he is. He's
Facts.
considered a Robin.
That's not unfortunate. That is
No.
what it is.
It's unfortunate based on how I'm about to explain it. When you look at Magic and Worthy at a point was a Batman because he got a Finals MVP out of that. He needed help. Kareem was a Batman when he won one with Oscar Robertson. Somebody had to be Batman. Somebody had to be Superman. everyone's not going to be a Robin because Robin is one who has had to take on the full mantle of being the extreme best player in that series or on that team. That was never Scottie Pippen as far as winning it all. Did he get an All-Star MVP? Absolutely. Rightfully so, he earned that. But Scottie Pippen, out of a 17-year career, was only a 6-time All-Star. And while casual fans speaking out their feelings because they want to uplift another player, do people understand that MJ lost while having Scottie Pippen? His first 3 years of having Scottie Pippen?
Well, you know what they counter and say with that, though.
No. But I'm
he
saying
didn't get out the first round.
No.
I understand what you're saying.
Getting out the first round, I get, but people said
what they say.
But the narrative is that Jordan didn't win until he got Scottie Pippen. No, false. He lost also when he got Scottie Pippen.
They like to counter that with he didn't get out the first round. See, they changed so many freaking times.
The narrative changed so many times, but people don't realize Scottie Pippen
so many times.
People don't even understand Scottie Pippen's numbers. He averaged 7.9 his first year with MJ. He averaged 14.4. And his first year being an All-Star, he averaged 16. While MJ was averaging 30 plus the entire time. Like, people want to pay attention to the numbers when they only want the benefit of narrative for them. But they're not looking
what
at
about speak on what his stats look like when they was losing against the Pistons and how he was a liability then. Like,
you talking about in the playoffs when he sat out Game 7 and MJ and MJ had almost a triple double to try to still get them to the finals? Oh, that? We can speak on that too. Come on, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, it's nothing. See, here's the thing, and this is the greatness of Jordan, right? All right. The greatness of Jordan has you to believe that the Utah Jazz were plumbers. But I'm gonna tell you right now, in this last decade, I see that same Utah team with at least 3 chips in this era. You don't leave John Havlicek wide open, dog. If he shot as many times as they shoot now, talk to me, man. Huh?
That's
you don't know.
Okay.
You don't know how great the Seattle Supersonics were because Jordan beat them. So it's easy to say, well, who was Gary Payton? Who was Sean Kemp? No, dog. The 96 Supersonics was them. In this era, they win at least 1 chip in this era in the last 10 years.
Man, while we're on that, Scottie Pippen's best year of averaging 22.8 points was 93-94 when MJ wasn't there. Any of those other years? 10, 13, 19, 21, 19, 20, 17, 16, 19. Like, come on, man. Like, we have to stop acting like that system didn't flourish with MJ in it being as efficient as he was.
What did I say?
That's a whole nother side of the conversation that we missed because
just say you hate basketball.
Well, I don't want to take another man's slogan, me personally, but
I'm promoting it.
Okay, you could promote it. We could promote it, but
that's all I'm saying.
But I'm looking at it in full. And me personally, I'm not here to throw no shots at LeBron. I'm not, because I think LeBron's great. No. I 100% think LeBron's great.
Yeah,
I actually support LeBron. A lot of people don't actually support LeBron. Like, a lot of guys support LeBron, they only support him on the internet, but they don't go watch him play. They don't get his merchandise. They're not trying to go see him play in person. Like, they're not doing it. I actually was doing that.
Correct me if I'm wrong. LeBron is a great player. But it stands like that causes you to really educate people on basketball if that's how you think.
But that wasn't a thought. That was a feeling. He felt a certain way.
I said a stand.
Yeah, he was all of that was a lot of feeling involved.
He felt a certain way. That wasn't that way. He didn't say nothing actually factual. He just no. Sean P was right. He may have said some things that may have come across as being factual, But when he threw out Kobe and other greats, you feel a certain way
That's
about these
feelings.
guys.
That's feelings there. That part, that's why I'm saying
Any
there was some factual information involved in that, and then there was a whole lot of feeling too at the end, specifically
I didn't
at
see
the end.
nothing.
Now,
I didn't see. I didn't
But
hear anything factual.
but my thing is
I did.
when you have to try
because
to
he gave out the fact that they did win 58 and then win 56 games. That's a very good team. Those are very good teams to win 58 and 56 to reach the Eastern Conference Finals. You know, that's a very good team. It's just not a great team without Michael Jordan. Simple as
and
that.
that's the unfortunate biggest catalyst though. That's the unfortunate biggest
They like
catalyst to it
runner-ups, bro. They like
because
runner-ups.
man,
Yeah,
you know,
like
like
runner-ups.
runner-ups.
So, but let's put it this way: how many games did they win before Pippen when Jordan was going to the playoffs and getting put out? They weren't winning those 58 games a season.
you talking about
So-
you know what I'm saying? You talking about before Pippen was even drafted?
Yeah, before Pippen got to the Bulls, they weren't putting up those type of numbers.
They were getting in the 40s and so on and so forth. But no one can name but no one can name any other teammate of MJ's at that point in time. No one.
Right.
They had to get rid of those cocaine babies, dog.
Rev, even if we throw that in there, no one can name any of MJ's teammates when he was getting bounced out in the first round. No one can.
No. Well, I could name one.
I know Iceman was on that team at a point in time, but he wasn't there that long.
That was the tail end of his career. Though.
Exactly. Once again, no one can actually name the teammates that was on his team before Doug Collins got removed. Phil Jackson
Orlando
came in. Tex Winter's there, and mind you, when Phil Jackson got there,
his rookie year, and Enos Motley. They had him. What's his name? The center at the time.
Wasn't Craig Hodges on there too?
Jones. Who?
Craig Hodges.
Hodges didn't come on to 86, 87.
But 86, 87 is a part of when he started when he was still getting to the playoffs.
Yeah,
that's what we're saying. When he got there, he was still losing. But he had all of these guys who he ultimately ended up winning with. No one can speak about his teammates, but everybody want to praise LeBron and then castrate his teammates like he didn't play with any good players, which is why I mentioned earlier when we were talking. Are we looking at the LeBron of Cleveland who didn't play with his back to the basket as much, didn't understand how it was for him to actually win? Because I remember him playing with some pretty decent scorers and shooters on his team, kind of similar to when he went to Miami. He may not have played with a Dwayne Wade, he may not have played with a Chris Bosh, but complementary pieces from a Antoine Jameson, a Donyell Marshall, a Drew Gooden, a Larry Hughes, a Delonte West, a Daniel Gibson, come on, man, Mo Williams, who understood their place in the game. LeBron's game, he didn't understand his game until he played with Miami for them to see, okay, well, he need a whole lot of shooters around him. That's what they didn't give him in Cleveland. Or did he not understand that's the type of game and style he actually needed to succeed with? That's why I said it earlier to you guys. It's not saying that he didn't have great teams because LeBron was playing on 60-plus win teams. Now all of a sudden his teammates weren't that good.
No, we can't.
We have to be fair across the board in this whole debacle. But
you can't look at the result. You can't look at the result and then want to say, well, he didn't have nobody. No, we're not gonna do that.
No, the thing is, you came up against a better team every time. That's what it was, and that's what the Bulls were in the 90s.
Right.
That's what they were.
The better team.
When you came up against the Spurs, you came up against the Dallas Mavericks, you came up against the Spurs the second time, you came up against the Golden State Warriors. Now, the first time he played against the Golden State Warriors in 2015, he actually had a chance to win that finals. Unfortunately, he was gassed. They didn't have enough to push the needle. But he knew, based off playing with Miami, he needed a secondary scorer and a stretch 4 or 5 to help spread the floor for him so that when he's going down here to get to the basket, I either got to kick, I got to dunk, I'm going to the free throw line where I'm not as confident going to the free throw line. That is his game in a nutshell.
So here's another thing. Let's go back to 1987. Imagine this. Imagine the trade does not take place. and Scottie Pippen stays with that Seattle Supersonics team. And imagine that he comes into that along with Gary Payton and the rest of those boys, man. Larry,
The Bulls in trouble.
thank you.
I'm not even gonna sit here and lie to you. The Bulls in trouble. But
Yeah.
I don't know if Scottie Pippen's development would have been able to become what it was if he hadn't played with Michael Jordan, who pushed him.
It wouldn't.
It's the same. It's the same argument. It's the same argument when Kobe and Shaq. Like Kobe was literally the driving force to keep them afloat, because when those perimeter guards was getting at them, they didn't really have. I'm not saying they didn't have anybody that could guard, but Kobe had to close out a lot of games for the Lakers when Shaq fouled out. Shaq had a lot of the points, but he fouled out a lot, and a lot of free throws he was not making.
Like I said, man, when it comes to Kobe and Shaq, it was 1A, 1B, and the stats speaks for themselves. Now, maybe that I think what that 99, maybe that 99, Shaq really was because when Shaq fouled out against Indiana, if it wasn't for Kobe
put up 40, he put up 45.
And I'm gonna say this. If Kobe wouldn't have stepped up and they won that game, that series is a wrap, because the momentum
on a bad ankle.
change.
On a bad ankle at that.
You can't discount those who are there. Like I'm in a circle, I'm in a group with a lot of LeBron fans, right? And almost immediately when Steph won that fourth ring, they started, well, he didn't win the finals. He didn't win the final. How many final MVPs? That's when they started to get intimidated, because
the nitpicking.
You understand? Yeah. Yes. And see, that's what I mean when I say, man, look, it's not hate, but when you defend basketball, when you defend what makes sense to those that get in the way of true basketball, it sounds like hate to them.
I mean, I'm gonna take
me personally. You know how I feel about Russell and Wilt. All right, I got Russell over Wilt. You know that, because when they go head to head, we know what it was. And yes, Russell had the best. They had the best. He had the best team, but Russell held Wilt down like no other big man during those series, and when they lost. I use that same logic why I do not have LeBron over Steph. Say what you want, say how you feel, but that's why I don't hold LeBron over Steph Curry, because Steph put that man in the grave 3 times with a solid squad, man. Oh, man, yeah, no, dog. Golden State, man, they was a far superior team. How? They're homegrown. How is it homegrown and you have an opportunity in the offseason to pick and choose who you want? No. We're not going to do that. You pick and choose who you want to beat this homegrown squad. But you do not know how to build. Picking and choosing ain't building.
Well, I'm gonna tell you that was part of the trustees' conversation, where there are a lot of loopholes and conversations that may not have been talked about or big upped over the years of who MJ have actually wanted to play with. I know of one trade where he turned away Tracy McGrady, where Jerry Krause wanted to bring in Tracy McGrady to get rid of Scottie Pippen, but that wouldn't have been smart, because now you see how. And Tracy McGrady even spoke about this live himself. He spoke about this.
I disagree, Robert. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Wait, what did Robbie say? Like I always say, I don't like the Jordan Cup. I look at this. Jordan ran the 90s, cover in 2000. I can't say LeBron ran the 2010s, because there were more people who won in that time than in the 90s and in the 2000s. There was literally there was 3 Eastern teams that won in the 2000s, Detroit Pistons, Miami Heat, Boston Celtics. Other than that, they were all Western teams, and it was the Spurs or the Lakers. That was it.
LeBron didn't dominate any decade, bro. He did.
However, I understand your sentiment, Spears, because at the same time, LeBron is considered to be in that tier, which is why he's still playing. People consider him to be the GOAT for them. Me personally, I don't. I have a multitude of reasons why, but how people try to depict MJ not wanting to play after they just won in 98 to try to big up a new coach, new building of a roster and starting over, that's bullcon. Why would you rebuild with a 35, 36, 37-year-old? That makes no sense.
None.
And y'all just won.
Nah. None.
So for me, in that aspect, I don't agree with that, but I do understand your sentiment. He said, I also throw in honorable mention Tim Duncan never. No, I always mention Tim Duncan. I think I mention Tim Duncan over Kobe for me personally.
And we mention him quite often here.
I mentioned Tim Duncan personally for me. Tim Duncan and Kevin Garnett are two reasons why I like the number 21.
Let me go back here right quick. Let me bring this up to point. Steph won 3 chips against BRON in the 2010s. Just to bring context why he's not.
Not to mention Kawhi Leonard has won 2 on 2 different teams. Giannis won 1.
And one of them was against LeBron. And one of them was against LeBron. Where he was Finals MVP. I'm just saying, dog. You got to readdress that. And that's what I'm talking about.
And even in the 2010s, Dirk got a Finals MVP against my Miami Heat, unfortunately. Well, LeBron underplayed and underachieved.
Well, no, we're not gonna do that. He disappeared.
I'm saying he underplayed and underachieved because in the sense of
that sounds too cute.
You it can sound weak, but I'm gonna still show some type of decorum and respect to the game because he has put his body on the line and done some great things for basketball. To respect the game. To respect the game, I'm gonna do that.
Facts, but a series where Jason Terry outplays you, no, he disappeared. I'm sorry, he disappeared.
I tried.
You don't let Jason Terry beat you, bro. You don't let Jason Terry. So now all of a sudden y'all show these gifts where LeBron is dunking on Jason Terry when he's at Milwaukee. Why the animosity? Because he outplayed you in the finals.
Jason Terry was so bold with it. He got the championship trophy tattooed on his arm, on his bicep before they won it.
Come on, man.
Like he knew it, but that's why I also catered the conversation back to the play style that LeBron had, his first stint in Cleveland. He had the personnel. The playing style was just wrong because the coach he had just won a championship with another team.
Mm-hmm.
He is not.
This is why I said he's never benefited from having a good system around him.
Because he doesn't want a system. He doesn't want a system. When Spoelstra try to, he does. He does because let me tell you something. If he has one, he dominates. Truly.
Absolutely, he would dominate.
Spoelstra tried to put him in a system. But what did he try to do?
Spoelstra did put him in the system.
But what did he try to do? He tried to get Spoelstra fired.
No, well, Spoelstra did put him in the system. That's why he was able to take what he needed as another ISO player, because that's what Dwayne Wade and Kyrie Irving were. They're ISO guys. Can they play in the system? Yes, but they're ISO guys. And then you have a stretch 4 or a stretch big, whether you're talking about Anthony Davis or Kevin Love. You need someone who can stretch the floor for you, because now if I'm on the weak, if I'm on the strong side, my counterpart on the weak side, he gonna go in. He gonna go in the entire time. They can create their own shot. They can get their shot off. They can run the play. But that's the difference. Tyronn Lue and Eric Spoelstra actually ran plays that he learned from, that he remembers. That's why he was able to take the plays that he learned in Miami and he took some of them back to Cleveland. He was literally running some of the exact same plays they were running in Miami in Cleveland.
Robert.
Right.
That's how he was able to get off. But once again, I'm not going to disrespect LeBron as far as sound like a hater, because I'm going to show respect. Because he's a great player. I just believe that the narratives that are being said between him and Jordan are so unfair, which is why Tracy Champagne and I, we had our little back and forth, but we also had some agreeing points where the MJ and LeBron are more alike than we think they are, because They are admirable. People wanted to watch them. Like they've changed the game in ways that people want to respect or not respect. But it's the breaking down of each player that makes it so hard to
Yeah, that's
really.
the unbearable. That's unbearable to listen to.
It's very difficult to want to process it, because in order for you to appreciate this one, you want to break this one down. No, if you ask me a question, I'm gonna tell you the truth. It's not. I don't have a feeling towards it because I don't have a fight in it. I don't have a fight in this. But if you ask me a question, I'm gonna tell you. And even if you don't want to accept the truth, just understand it's already out there. So you may not want to accept it, but it's out there. Everybody else has seen this. Jordan has lost in the first round many years. You can't deny it. It's out there. The man talked about it. LeBron talked about 2011. He said that was the poorest finals he's ever played in, where he played undermanned. Well, not undermanned. He just didn't show up. He did not play his best.
Robert,
Both of these guys have spoken about their deficiencies and their flaws. We have to be on the side to appreciate it and have our preferences. Exactly. I think MJ is a GOAT. Other people think LeBron's a GOAT. That's fine. But don't tell me that, well, you weren't even old enough to watch MJ. Well, I wasn't allowed to know about Malcolm X and Marcus Garvey and Frederick Douglass and Martin Luther King Jr. That's what research is for.
Exactly.
You're able to learn and understand it from an empathetic sense. Once you use sympathy, now your feelings are involved. Keep the understanding there. Don't get in your feelings. But go ahead, Sean P.
I'm sorry, but where I draw the line between the two is the style of play. And the style of play is different because of the positions that they play. And so for me, I'm not going to put LeBron down specifically because I don't care for that style of play. I don't, that point forward to me, I just, that's not me. To me, he could have been more like a Karl Malone. You know what I'm saying? He still could dominate a game like Karl Malone dominated a game, but Karl Malone, he had to bring the ball up. He didn't have to, the offense didn't have to run through him. It ran through Stockton, and Stockton facilitated the game. LeBron wants to facilitate the game because of his knowledge of the game, but that doesn't always work out for LeBron. It doesn't always work.
Yeah, I mean, yes, you're right, but I don't think, and a lot of times it has been proven that's not the healthy style to play, because it's too easy for defenses to kind of like, when we talked about when the Buccaneers played the Raiders, and I mean, the defense is basically calling out the plays we running. It's too easy to navigate and see how you're playing when you play one way.
Well,
it's easy. It's easy for a smart coach like Popovich will figure that out and say, okay, cool. Then this is how we'll do it, and this is how we'll beat them. Because they're going to do that one thing.
Smart coaches never figured out the triangle.
Because you have too many options. That's the beautiful thing about the triangle.
Exactly.
You have so many options.
If you put LeBron in a triangle.
But he doesn't want to play in it. Spoelstra has a form of the triangle. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do.
Yeah.
And what I'm getting at is this. If and take away what he wants to do and doesn't want to do. If you put LeBron in the position of a shooting guard, which he's not, that's not who he is. That's who Jordan was, and give him those shots and those opportunities. You're telling me that he's not going to dominate the game at his size, with his athleticism and his explosion? Yeah, he probably would, but that's not what he wants to do. He wants that ball. He wants it to go through him. He wants that. That's on him. That's on him. That's 100% on him.
It's interesting what you just said, and you're so right. Yeah, he did, Robert. I mean, we talked about how John Gruden was successful on the fumes of Tony Dungy, because honestly, after that Super Bowl, once they start implementing more Gruden's offense and his playbook, they start going downhill. But it's interesting how you said something that was key, how LeBron wants the ball to go through him. And the unique thing about the triangle offense is it always goes through Jordan.
Mhm.
But when you're ball dominant, and we're talking about somebody, Jordan wasn't ball dominant.
No, he
That's the
wasn't, and
crazy.
that's what I'm
That's the
getting at.
crazy thing.
That's what
So
I'm
when
getting at.
when
If
you
you take
and that's
take
why
that ball
but,
dominance
but
away, he has a better opportunity to dominate a game. If you take
but
away that
that's
ball from him.
I'm a probably get frowned at. Well, I'm gonna probably get frowned upon when I say this. But hold on one second, Robert. The reason I got your comment still up. Yes, he did win rings, but Steph won more. That's what I wanted to say about the 2010s. Uh,
Mm,
when you talking about an offense going through a person versus a person running the offense, those are two different things, and that's what LeBron does. The offense doesn't go through LeBron. LeBron controls the offense because he runs the offense. But I this is gonna sound hard to listen to, but that's why I can't give LeBron the high IQ everybody says that he has
Man,
because he
your boy
doesn't
got a
know how to.
savant IQ when it comes to basketball. He can,
I'm not
and when
saying
I say that because this is a dude who tells other players from other teams where they need to be on the court for plays that they running, man, in the middle of a
yeah
game.
because he's been playing the same way. He's been playing
No,
the
no, no,
same
no,
way.
no, no, no,
You talking
no,
about on
no.
defense?
I'm saying he's telling people while he's on defense what their offensive responsibilities are supposed to be when they're out of
Oh
position.
well, yeah,
He's telling them that.
it's that's
The
not
man is
hard
an
to do.
incredibly knowledgeable of the game and has a
I'm not
great study
saying
ethic.
I'm not saying he's dumb. Okay, I said his IQ isn't high as everybody says that it is because of the style of play.
I say it is.
But
I
how?
say I say it definitely is. But he plays the way he wants to play, and it's
But
how he's always played.
he hasn't been successful doing it that much. 4-6 is not success. It exposes your fallacy. That's what it does. He had enough in 2015. He had enough in 2016. He had enough in 2019 or 20 whatever those years. I forget Steph's rings in the teens, but he had help. He did. But you're not going to beat Golden State like that. You got Amon Shumpert, one of the top defensive players on your roster. What are we talking about? You got J.R. Richards, if you just let him play, could really do some damage for Cleveland. But he's hog-tied. Why? Because it's LeBron's system. Like if you let these guys play, and we got footage of when they were allowed to play, they balled out. And I'm not just talking about the early part of their years. When J.R. Smith was in New York, man, he balled out. You let that J.R. play against Steph, I'm telling you they'll probably win that series. If you let Amon Shumpert play the way he needs to play, like he played in New York, I'm telling you they beat Steph. But you're not going to do it against a team that has you have zero room for error. It's not going to happen. And that IQ, when it comes to playing teams like that, is trash.
I don't believe
How do you
that.
know? How do you know, Larry?
I'm gonna
Well,
tell
they're
you why.
1-3.
Because this man, no. This
How do
man
you know,
has
Larry?
a
Well, they're 1-3 against him.
unparalleled basketball IQ, bro. I'm talking about you can't tell me. See, we're just pundits right now. All we are is pundits, and we're giving an opinion of what we think based on the few things that we're saying that you're telling us. But the problem, we got players who played with and against him, coaches who coached with and against him, other analysts who have played the game who describe his mind as a supercomputer when it comes to basketball, man. The dude has photographic memory. This dude can recall during complete stretches where every player, all 10 players were positioned on the court, what coverage that defense ran, the exact rotation that occurred several minutes prior. And then, he's even had former teammates who have come out and said that he can recall obscure plays from games played from over a decade ago. The man has a superior basketball IQ. Now, having the IQ and then having the ability to have everything fall into piece and to place on the court like you expect it to doesn't always come into fruition. Now,
right.
So I'm not going to go
because
with that.
Because that IQ is not high enough. Simple as that.
It is high enough. It's beyond high enough.
It's not there. It's not there. You play the team.
I'm not even gonna go with you. Know what? You're right. You're right. This
I know I'm right.
Idiot.
I know I'm right. See, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. See, you can't just because you aren't the best.
You're the only person I've ever heard in my life say that this man's got garbage IQ when it comes to basketball.
I didn't say he had garbage IQ. I didn't say he had garbage IQ. Chat. If I say he had garbage IQ, press 1. I didn't say he had garbage IQ. I said it's not that high. It's not elite. And it's proven.
I'm getting ready to do a LeBron on you and recall that you said there are certain periods of these games it's garbage. So it's never been garbage.
I said his play has been garbage. I said his IQ is not that high. It doesn't take a genius to run a high screen pick and roll. It doesn't take a genius to do that.
Guess what?
It doesn't take a genius to do that.
Football IQ. When it comes to football, I have an incredible football IQ. But guess what? Sometimes I just don't always have the ability to put that IQ and the physical traits that go along with it together to create the play that it should play. It doesn't mean that I'm crashing. It doesn't mean that I didn't. It doesn't mean that I didn't think the play out. It just means it didn't go according to how I planned it in my head. And when I saw things moving, now I'm having to move in a different, and everything is not moving in the same motion that it should be. And so now I look like I'm a football dunce.
So then you realize that your IQ ain't as high as you think it is. And that's not saying you are weak.
My ability to physically perform it does not always fall into place because everybody has to fall into place. That means sometimes I'm not going to be. That means sometimes the other players not on the same page. There's a whole lot of things I'm going to have to do something different.
6 times? Huh? 6 times. 6 times.
6 times.
When you had an opportunity, when you had an opportunity,
at least
when you had
to take it back. 2 of those opportunities, we got 2 of those opportunities. The other team completely outcoached their team. Point blank.
How? I want to know how.
How? Because they used a rotation of players against LeBron to make him get the ball out of his hands. And when he did everybody else perform? Who? The
what year?
Did it damn sure because they found out that he couldn't post up. Everybody says it was Berea. It was not Berea. They used a rotation of players to make him get the ball out of his hands to either Bosh or one of the other players, Wade, on that court. And did it turn out like you expected to be? No. But what they did do is they found a way to shut him down by using a rotation of players against him. Who else did it? The Spurs did it. Timmy
no, they didn't.
Himself said,
I knew you
5 players against him. We used all 5 against him on defense to get the ball out of his hands. Why? Because it worked. It worked. Both of those times it worked. Now we're going to go to a third time that it just didn't work out for LeBron.
That's incorrect about the Spurs.
Clay, Draymond, and Steph.
That's incorrect about the Spurs. That's incorrect about the Spurs. Let's get that correct. Yes. Their plan was to let him shoot, sir. Let him shoot. Go under each screen. Let him shoot. Not to get the ball out of his hands. Let him shoot. Why? Because he cannot shoot. And the Mavs took a page out of his book. What he tried to do is take advantage of Berea. And we try to take advantage of Berea
So
That's when you learn he cannot play with his back
here's
against the
what fact
goal.
checks.
Because watch this, watch this,
Yes.
watch this, watch this, watch this. They did the same thing. The Spurs did the same thing over and over. It wasn't taking him out. They even did the same thing when he was with Miami. They played him different. Hey, Ace, what was that first ring y'all won against the Spurs?
13 Ray Allen in game 6 shot at corner.
So what happened is because of Dwayne Wade, they went back to a defense where they was covering everybody. But when they lost in 2014, 2015 is when they let LeBron hold the ball. Why? Because he gonna find a way to lose it. Now I know that hurts to hear, but the record says itself.
Well, I'm just going by what Coach Greg Popovich said. He said, I treated defending LeBron as a 5-man job. Rather than relying strictly on a single coverage, the entire team coordinated to exploit his specific on-court tendencies at different points of the game.
They went under the pick. They went under every screen. Mm-hmm. I look at what I saw. They went up under every screen. And see, so it's so easy for people to... because he shot him out the whole series.
They still employed a 5-man system of getting this done,
you ain't got to employ nobody when somebody can't outshoot themselves. When they outshoot themselves.
Okay, you're right.
I know I'm right.
You're right.
I know I'm right.
Greg Popovich said he did. You're right. Greg Popovich lied.
I'm telling you what they did.
I'm telling you, you're right. You're right.
They went under.
Greg Popovich lied to us, man. So I was just going by what Greg Popovich says.
I look at what a coach does. I look at what a coach does. I really don't. I mean, you ought to know Greg Popovich. Him and Coach Jackson. I don't listen to them when they talking to the media, dog. Them the best poker players on this earth. I don't listen to them. I look at what they do. I look at what they do on that court. And what they done on that court is they went up under every pick. That's not putting 5 men on 1 man. That's making him shoot. Let him shoot. That's why I tell people.
You're never putting 5 on, but what you're doing is you're employing all 5.
You're not rotating 5 men on 1 man by letting him shoot.
You're right, man. You're right.
You're not rotating 5 men to let a man shoot.
You're right, man. You're right. You're absolutely right. You're not. You're right.
It doesn't take 5 men when you're rolling up under the pick. Every screen, they're going up under it. And what LeBron doing? Shooting that brick.
You're right.
Go pull up his stats.
Not to tell you that. That's what I know.
Yeah, he shot him out the series. And then we're gonna sit here and say, oh man, he didn't have nobody.
I never said that. That was never one of the things that came up in conversation.
I'm not talking about you. I'm just saying that others say, man, LeBron, man, that team he got swept, man, he didn't have nobody, dog. He didn't have nobody. Come on, man. The 07 team, oh man, he didn't have nobody. That's why they got swept. No, they got swept because he shot him out the championship. He went away what got them there and tried to play hero ball. Yes. That's what happened. You play hero ball and shoot your team. You ain't even one of the things that came out of high school, he cannot shoot. He tried to prove everybody wrong. Pop said, look, go up under every screen, go up under it. That's how we're going to beat them. That's what they did the whole time.
The Cavaliers ran the exact same offense the Spurs run. That wasn't smart to begin with.
There you go, number one.
They shouldn't have did that, but LeBron also didn't have the confidence in his jump shot early on in his career, which is why he was such a freight train and locomotive getting to the rim and getting to the rack. getting to the free throw line. As you know, phenomenal and as explosive and dominant as he is getting to the rack. Them getting to that finals that year was it was a collective team effort because he had quite a few teammates in that Piston series when he scored 29 straight points. Well, was the reason why they scored 29 points. Daniel Boobie Gibson had 31 in one of those games. Daniel Marsh had a double-double, a 14 and 14. Zadrunas Zagaska had a double-double. And Verjao had another game of a double-double. So he wasn't the only one that carried that team in that series to even get them to the finals. But when they got to the finals, they came up once again against a better team. And that's what we just failed to realize. A lot of times when we have these conversations, we kind of get lost in the context of what player and how the breakdown is for each player and their play style and how great they are and what coaching schemes were and substitutions and flagrant fouls and referee calls and stoppages. You just came up against a better team. That's just it. You just came up against a better team. The Spurs have been known to be one of the better teams of that generation. Not to mention Tim Duncan,
Absolutely,
for the most part, had 20 years or close to 20 years, if not 20 years, of 50-win seasons. That means he's always been in the playoffs.
right.
So they ran up against a dynasty of Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, right? They ran up against
Tony Parker, Tim Duncan,
and Tim Duncan. Yeah, those were the three. That was the three-headed monster.
Coming with LeBron saying no, he had Drew Gooden and Larry Hughes. And we can say, yeah, they were great, but Drew averaged, 13 points a game? And Hughes was benched after shooting 1 for 10 in the series, man. So where was his help?
Yeah.
Remember I told you, Sean P, how when you know, you talked about the bubble ring, and I tell you, like, we said the same thing about San Antonio until they showed us that they were the real deal. Because they hadn't done anything since '99. Remember, Shaq and Kobe been taking them to the woodshed ever since.
I remember Tony Parker was down for a period of time.
Yeah, but Shaq
had some issues going on physically.
No, they didn't. Not like that. Shaq and Kobe was taking them to the woodshed. They couldn't get past Shaq and Kobe. You know, thanks to Shaq, you know, his ego.
Yeah, well.
But they couldn't get past Shaq and Kobe, dog. But the thing is, we didn't frown upon them, but we joked about how that 99 ring wasn't really too impressive. Just like the 2020 ring. And I know, you know, Ace brought up the 20, what ring was that you brought up? The 20...
Which one? Which conversation we was talking about?
2011.
Oh, for Dirk.
No. The ring that was a lockout. And
oh yeah. So it was 2 lockout years. Oh, 3. It was 2. I'm sorry. It was 99, 2011, going into 2012 when the Heat won in 2012, beating OKC in 5, and then you had the bubble.
Yeah. So, but we don't frown upon these guys, because they stuck it through and they ran it back. They didn't get bewildered. They ran it back. And the reason, like, if LeBron them would have ran that thing back and showed the world that they are the superior team and they want respect like everybody that they want, then you run it back and show the world. But you didn't. You folded like a lawn chair. And then again, blamed everybody else. And it was downhill from there, to be honest. That's why nobody respects it, bro. That's why nobody respects it. Like, the trajectory from 2020 is terrible. It's terrible. And another thing, you took the ball out of AD's hand. I'm sorry.
It's kind of tough. That's kind of tough right there.
Yeah,
I mean, to be fair, man, this generation, you talking about the Lakers running it back?
2020 Lakers. Yeah.
So this era started from 19 when Kawhi left. It didn't even start with the Lakers. when Kawhi left and LeBron had gotten hurt going into that season, and then the lockout happened, which allowed them to get a little bit more momentum because they actually had one of the better teams in the league at the time.
Yeah.
They were number
From
one
from 19 till now, I can't blame LeBron for the coaching staff, the GM, and all of them not keeping that team together because no team from 19 until 2026 has kept their team together. No team. I can't blame LeBron. I can't blame him not being able to run it back. The only thing I can say is he did run up against that juggernaut, which was the Denver Nuggets, twice, and lost. The fault I do give the Lakers is getting rid of Darvin Ham when he got them to the West Conference Finals. What was the point of getting rid of him? For them to get swept with another coach the next year? It made no sense.
Yeah. No.
The Denver Nuggets kept their squad, their nucleus together. Golden State kept their nucleus together.
No. Golden State didn't keep their nucleus together because, as far as the original, yes, but Andrew Wiggins was a plug. Andrew Wiggins was a plug-in. Harrison Barnes wasn't there anymore. There was a lot of pieces that was there originally. Andrew Bogut, Maurice Spades.
Okay.
I'm just giving you pieces of players that was there who was efficient and effective for that system.
But that's not their core. You're talking
about Draymond and
I'm
I
talking
can
about your
understand
core.
that.
So everybody outside of the core, everybody's expendable. Everybody outside the core, everybody expendable.
It don't look that way because every team has won and dismantled their team afterwards. Every team has done it. Every single team has done it. Think about it. Think about it. Golden State won that championship. Think about it. The Golden State won that championship. Clay has been gone.
Clay was bro.
But you brought up the core. If we're gonna bring up the core, you're gonna bring up the core, we have to look at it now. Steph and Draymond are the only two pieces from that original core. The only two.
And have they been successful?
No.
Were they successful with Clay?
Yes, that's how they won a championship. That's how they won a championship in 22.
That last year?
But that's how they wanted to. But we can't do that though because we understand they was aging and getting injured though. We have to be fair here though. We understand injuries are going to be a part of the game.
Matters.
We have to be fair. Injuries became a part of a thing, and some of the other young teams started to rise. That's why Denver started to ascend.
After the injury, why was Clay in tears in 22? Because after the injury, they ran it back and they got themselves a chip. The problem was that was the downhill of Clay's career, and it started the following season. I'm sorry. That's just the facts of everything. What did he do in the playoffs in 23? Terrible. So when it's time for you to run it back, all right, dog, look, you're not that person anymore. So look, let's get a cap-friendly deal. But now you butthurt. You think you deserve your third max contract. No, you did that to yourself. It's business now. And what has he done since? See, 23 taught us everything about that dynasty. Right? Everybody was selfless except for Clay. Clay let that boat ride during the championship get in his head. So yeah, it decimated. But for the most part, Denver kept their core. OKC even kept their core. Boston kept its core. Philly kept its core. It's these other teams.
I wouldn't bring Philly up in this at all. I would not bring Philly up in this at all.
Look, we
can't say because it's hey look, it's only one person still part of that process, and he's still breaking down. I wouldn't do that. I would leave Joel Embiid hobbled leg out of this.
Hey, they kept what made that organization successful and wins. And they brought other pieces. Now, when the Mad Doctor got over there, I don't know. When the mad scientist got over there, then that's, But at the end of the day, he still kept his core, man. They ain't gotta like it.
And there's only been one other team that's kept the core during that entire time, even to the day.
Who was that?
That Clutch Sports team core.
Oh, there you go. Hey, and keep it a buck. Indiana has kept its core.
Yeah.
Now it's starting to fall apart last year because my what's your boy that went to Milwaukee? I can't think of his name. What's that big that went to Milwaukee, man? Left Indiana. And then Maynard is not there.
Mm.
But up until last year, for the last 4 years, they kept their core. Like you're gonna have interchangeable players, right?
Right.
Like the Rockets has had, outside of their core, they've had many interchangeable parts. That's free agency.
Man, but we can't sit here and act like teams have kept their cores. Most teams after 2019 have moved their core pieces around. Every last one of them.
And it's not
That's
even
why
fair with the
that's why
team.
none of them have repeated.
The great
And
the
to be
great
honest
the
and
great
fair with the
the
team,
good
That is
teams.
it's not
that is
always
literally
been
why they have
it's
not
not always
repeated.
been the teams. It's not always been on the teams themselves. With that new collective bargaining agreement, the players have
Man.
more ability. And with that, they have gone out on their own to do a lot, thinking that, well, I can go do this elsewhere. I can get more this way. I can do, and that has screwed up a lot. It's helped some, but it has screwed up a lot. It's helped the players as far as maintaining, the ability to market and gain money. But at the same time, it has screwed up the opportunity for true dynasties like we had in earlier eras, man.
I'm gonna say this.
The final say.
I'm gonna say
Yeah, go
this, and I'm gonna say this, and I know I'm gonna sound like I'm anti players union, but I am so glad that they're redoing the market right now. Like I'm
Yeah.
so glad. It's because at one time it was getting out of hand. What the max contract is, and see that's what's messing up Duran right now. Like it's gotten to that 245 years has gotten to his head, and son, you're missing on legacy play right now.
Yeah.
You're missing on I'm so glad that they're resetting the market. And unfortunately, I think they're treating him as an example. I don't know if he's gonna get the paper he won't.
He doing that to himself, unfortunately, and that's the same thing that Cam Thomas did coming out of Brooklyn, and that's also what Dennis Schroeder did to himself when he left the Lakers.
Oh man, Dennis Schroeder, bro. I can't.
He had like an 80 or $94 million contract on the table, and he missed that money.
Yeah,
Like
I think
and he missed it because he wanted to test the market because he thought he should have been paid more. He wanted to test the market. He didn't get that money, and then he got paid way below what he was supposed to get from what the Lakers initially wanted to offer him.
Almost an exceptional.
So a lot of these guys do that to themselves, but the writing was on the wall
right now.
But to be clearly honest with you, the writing was on the wall based on his playoff performance, unfortunately.
Yeah,
84 million to be exact. Robert Spears, thank you for the correction. I knew it was around that number.
I'm thankful there, and like I said, I know I sound anti-players union, but I am so glad they resetting the market right now because it's getting absurd. And yes, man, the owners are making a lot of money, TV contract deals. Like, yes, but they're supposed to, man. They the owners. You're the owners for a reason. Like somebody tried to come up against me, like, man, you ain't doing you. All you doing is, man, look, I deserve it. you gonna pay $3,000 to fly these boys to Detroit? Huh? Lord, it ain't got quiet in this Catholic church. Yeah. yeah, I know. Yeah, you gonna come? Okay.
I mean, so the market is what it is. It's going to be slightly inflated because of the TV deals, because of the sports betting. There's a percentage they're getting out of that. from people
They
getting
getting
on
some.
those too.
They getting
Which
bread
Trusted
out of
Sean
that.
P, you and I have spoken about it on that as well. It's a lot of money out there that these guys are either
The
able to
owners,
get and
the
miss out on,
owners
but
are
the
making
owners
a lot of money right now,
they're making
man.
a lot of
But the
money.
players, I heard, I'm gonna shoot y'all a link, man. I heard your boy got it got a spinoff of All the Smoke called Unplugged. And he was sitting down about a week ago. He was sitting down with Fred Van Vliet, and Fred was talking about all of the incentives that the guys have now with the union, with the incentives of the CBA, like with merchandising. He said it doesn't matter if I sell 10 jerseys or LeBron sell 10 million. We all getting a cut.
And that
Like
and that and, that,
it's
and that's the type of stuff that makes it hard and difficult to benefit from, because everybody's still getting a cut of the same money if someone else sells more.
yeah, but what they want to do is like what Fred was saying. They want to protect the brand.
Right.
And that's why it's like that, because at the end of the day the brand, I mean, yes, you have a face, and this is what the NFL doesn't want. They hate this with a man, they hate this with a passion. Y'all remember Emmitt Smith used to take his helmet off after every touchdown, and all of a sudden it's a flag because they don't want you to have an identity.
Right.
They don't.
Right.
NFL don't want that.
Right.
NBA, you ain't got no choice.
Because
Right.
that's how they sell merch, like by the face of the player and the brand of the
But what
player.
but what Fred said,
But what it boils
um,
down to is you're there selling that merch, but they buy the merch.
just save your damn money, man.
Yeah, buy that merch. Buy that merch, but understand it's a product of the NFL.
yeah.
Understand what I'm saying?
Well,
It's a product.
well, Fred,
This is a product of the league.
that's kind of what Fred was implementing. He was saying, like, man, we have to protect, like he said, that's Jerry West on that logo, and we got to protect. Oh, we got to
The
protect
logo.
that logo. You know, you
Mhm.
got to protect that logo in the sense where, man, then that's why they spread it out like that. Now, some don't get the same pie, of course,
Right.
but they still all eat, you know,
Exactly. Right.
and
Right.
that's a good thing. And I think they help the
I'm
rookies
not
and some of
mad
the
about
lower
that.
end. No, I'm not either. I'm not actually. I think that's smart.
Right.
There's a
I
lot of
understand
initiatives that he
that
was
getting that
explaining.
percentage, getting a percentage of the breakdown, that's not bad. That's not bad. That's not
Not
altogether
at
bad.
all.
That's not altogether bad because the person whose name is on the back of that jersey is still getting the majority of that pie.
Yeah, but like he said, though, we have to protect the brand because at the end of the day, the brand is really what really pushes this and sells this and make it bigger than life. And I
You
had to respect
understand
that.
this? There's a different team name and a different last name and a different number on all of those jerseys, but the one thing that
Yeah,
remains the same is that logo.
that logo, that logo.
So I understand that, and I completely understand
It's
that
a
part,
smart
and I ain't mad
concept.
about that.
That's a smart concept. I think that's very smart concept. And I didn't know that until I heard that. I was like, oh man, I think I listened to it last night. It was very, very smart, man. I thought, I
And I'm
thought
saying
that
because without
that
that
was
particular logo, to be quite honest with you, another logo, if it was not for that logo on there would be another logo, and it would probably be Mike's.
well, it's right next to that. It's right next to that logo right now because Mike, I think Jordan is the merchandiser for the NBA right now.
Uh-huh. Because it used to be, I know a lot of it was Reebok for a while. Adidas had it, Nike had it. I think they ran around, but now I believe it's Jordan primarily now.
Man, so I'm gonna add to
Yeah,
the brand. Go ahead, go
Jordan
ahead.
is the. I was just saying, Jordan Brand is the official outfitter for the NBA's. God, that's big, bro.
Between that and Nike, it is. It is.
That's huge, man. That's
But
God.
now that we're on this branding conversation, do you think LeBron's son Bronny's jersey is going to sell as top rated as it did this year, the next year and years to come, not playing with his dad?
He'll have to do some on the court now. Yeah,
Yeah.
he'll have to. Is he leaving or staying? I mean,
No,
what?
here's the thing that I believe. Here's what I believe. They had him under a 5-year guaranteed contract. So him leaving is not going to be of his volition. It's going to be something that the Lakers are going to have to propagate. And
Facts.
with
Facts.
LeBron going, I think what's going on right now is not only is he trying to seek for opportunity to play for a championship on a team that includes AD, but will also include a trade for Bronny.
Facts, Robert. Facts. If I was Bronny, I would say, no, Dad. Let me make my own path right now. Thanks for getting me in the league, and let me let me take my own path because year three is usually a year where a player that was developing has developed, and you can see that he's making some strong strides in summer league now. He's just I don't know any 3-year summer league players, that, but no, it is some that's in the G League, so I take that back. My apologies. Um, but this is the year to get it done, and I'm not gonna lie. This is the roster to kind of you know, this is the roster this is the roster to do it. Now, if Dad pulled through and say, "Come on with me, son," I mean, so be it. I get it, but I mean, after a while, man, you're gonna look some kind of way. Robert, that's facts. Ain't nobody bigger, bro. Ain't nobody bigger. What's your take on that? I mean, y'all think he should stay in LA or go with Daddy?
Mm,
He'll never become the player he needs to become on his own without being in his father's shadow.
uh, to some degree, yeah. Honestly, I believe maybe getting away from his dad and getting the necessary uh, um, treatment that other players of his caliber would get would elevate. It would find it's either gonna make or break him, and that's what he needs to be. He needs to either be made or broken. As long as he has his dad there, that's not going to happen, man. It's not. He's not going to get that same type of treatment, man. And he needs that treatment in order. And I believe he's got it in him. I believe he's got it in him.
I,
I
I
don't know that
think
he'll
year
ever be a
three.
prolific scorer or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. But he does have a. He's a great defender, man. I'm giving that. He's a very good defender. He's
Now
a
he's
very
come a
good defender.
long. I'll say this: he come a long way. It's amazing. I was telling everybody during the time when they were talking about Bronny need to come out, and I was like, man, let that kid develop
Right, right, right.
because like
He
he,
has a
you
lot of
know,
potential. I've seen a lot of potential.
Man, you live with your dad. Like, come on, man. Like,
Not
go
anymore.
go
He's got his
somewhere.
own spot now.
He does have his own spot.
Yeah, yeah. He's
yeah,
no
yeah, yeah,
longer.
he got his own
He's
spot.
got his own spot now.
I
He's
mean,
on his
shoot,
own.
you live with your dad already. That's your pops. Like, I wish I could have had that type of relationship with mine. But he's been gifted, granted, and blessed to be in the
Yeah,
position that he's in. But at what point do you get a chance to take what you've learned and allow yourself to go and blossom and fly? Like I
Yeah.
use this term, and I use this term where the basically the bird can never grow if it never leaves the nest. If the
Mm.
bird never flies, never leaves, never learns to go get its own food, it's never going to grow. It's never going to mature.
One
That's
thing I
Bronny.
do, one thing I do respect about Bryce is not taking that same opportunity. Bryce
oh,
is taking
oh,
that opportunity to develop.
yes,
He
yes,
sat out and redshirted his first season so that he could get the development that he needed, get the runs that he needed in practice to, be around and feel the culture of the basketball game. And
yes,
a great coach in Arizona, and then on top of that, now he's going into what will be his first season as a sophomore, with an opportunity to come off. Probably he's going to come off the bench. Ain't no telling that he's going to start, and he is committed to that
developing.
team there, and he said he may play another year beyond this in order to get the necessary runs that he needs. That's his,
and
he
that's and
understands.
that's yes, that's what we wanted Bronny to do. It's not.
Absolutely.
See, people thought we were hating, but oh man, he shouldn't be getting. He shouldn't be getting. He shouldn't get in the draft. He's not ready. People saw that as hate. That's not hate.
No, it's
Wanting
just
the
reality.
kids, it's the reality. Wanting the kid to develop. I want that kid to thrive. One jackass said, "No, you just hate the kid because you got his daddy name." First of all, I don't hate his dad.
Right, right.
His dad is one of the greatest players in the NBA. So let's kill that.
Yeah. But he also
So
came up under different circumstances. See, he played to eat.
yes, yeah. But
You know,
I just think like
Brian Bryce been
Jordan.
eating since day one.
Yeah, Jordan boys. They just were undersized, man.
Yeah. And
They were
didn't
just
have
undersized.
they didn't have that. See, they didn't have that same killer mentality.
Well, my thing is, Jordan said he wasn't going to. Uh, Jordan said he wasn't going to push his boys to do something that they don't want to do. He said,
Right.
whatever they choose to do, I'm gonna stand by them, but I ain't gonna give them anything. They're going to work for it.
One
Because
of
you
them
ain't finna come out here.
to snort coke.
You ain't finna come out here and embarrass my name.
And the flip side to that is that how many great father-son tandems or duos have you seen to come through the league? Either the father was great and the son was, either decent or okay, or the son was great and the father was decent or okay.
Yeah.
From the from the Waltons to the Currys to the Bryants, like it's never been everybody. Both are same tier greatness. You don't see it, unfortunately.
But these Harper
that's
boys.
The Harper boys, yeah, Harper. Now the Harpers, yeah, that boy, nice man, and his daddy was nice too.
Man, these Harper boys, something else though, dog.
But are we going to end up seeing it as the Harper boys either excel their father, either be same tier, or kind of fall short? We won't know until the end of their career.
I'll say this: the trajectory of Dylan is nice. And he showed us that in the playoffs. He showed us that in the finals.
Yeah. He outgrew that.
Ron Harper, I think. Now, hey, Ron is a beast. Ron Harper Jr. is nasty. But I think, this gonna make me sound like I was for the trade when I really wasn't, and I spoke my truth on Friday. So y'all know my stance. I think Jalen kind of stunted his growth just a little bit because that rotation. But now, Jalen out the way, dog.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on, Rob. Hold on, dog. Hold on, man. Hold on, bro. Come on, man. That man was playing hurt.
It's a lot of people. There's a lot of people feel that sentiment, man. So we got to take it fully and not just with a grain of salt. We got to take it fully.
Let's talk about it then.
All right, let's talk about it.
Yeah, like he was injured, man. He was
hurt, bro.
We got to give him some. We got to give him some a little bit
grace.
No, we don't. No, we don't. Because even the late great Kobe Bryant himself played in the NBA Finals with a broken finger. We not doing that.
Bro, one of his limbs.
We are not doing that.
Bro, you could tape up a ring, bro.
If you are on the court and you are playing, your injury does not matter. And don't let me know that you are injured, because I'm going to take advantage of you being injured.
And what they do? What did they do?
Took advantage of it. If they knew in the scouting report that he is not fully healthy, attack him.
Oh, come on.
That
Robert.
is no one else's fault.
Don't do this, Robert. Don't do this, dog.
That is no one else's fault. I'm sorry. No, I cannot. Because even Aaron Gordon with a hobbled hamstring in 2023 still helped his team win an NBA championship. I'm not giving a pass for none of these guys who's making the money that they're making, and they make sure that they get on that court, and they have to go through enormous evaluations before they touch that hardwood. No pass.
Oh
Not for me.
man, come on, man. Robert out here killing it, but he killing it with facts. God, dog. Come on, Robert. Let up, dog.
Them
Let up,
numbers,
man.
those numbers hurt, don't they?
Woo!
That number
Woo!
hurt, don't it?
Woo! You
Sean P,
can't
you see
treat
that? You see that number?
you can't
I
treat
see
that
it.
body like you
I'm
you
seeing
can't
it.
look.
No,
Hey,
man.
hey,
No, man. We
Ace.
gotta
No,
stop.
Ace. No. I'm with you. What I'm saying is
Because
you
when the
can't
playoffs
treat.
come, your injuries and your ailing pain and soreness and getting up,
Hey, what
none
do we
of that
say?
matters, man. None
What do
of
we
it.
say? Hey, go get that shot. When do we say when Brunson got slipped up in his knee? Hey, go get that shot, dog.
Man, I'm not trying to hear it because D Wade came in the league with no cartilage in his knees and he had a Hall of Fame career. I'm not trying to hear it.
Yeah.
D Wade 6'4", undersized shooting guard. I'm not trying to hear it, man.
I like Rob, man. Rob, my dude, man. A and B selection, dog.
He gonna keep it coming. He gonna keep it entertaining. I'm trying to tell you. No,
Hey,
we can't do that because
no, but what I'm
everybody's
saying,
hurt. Everybody's
I'm
sore.
saying,
Everybody's
all
injured.
I'm
Come on.
saying is, bro, you cannot treat your $50 million a year body like when you was getting paid $17 million a year. You can't do it, dog.
And what you
You
being
have to
paid?
change.
What you being paid more? That means you have to. That means you have to
You
put even
have.
more into your body.
You got to upgrade, bro. You got the money. Come on, man. I just hate it, dog.
All right. Since we here, could De'Aaron Fox have sat out that Oklahoma City series and the Spurs win and they make it to the finals, and then he would have been much closer?
All I'm saying is this, bro.
Rev,
God,
could
don't do that.
De'Aaron Fox have sat out the OKC series and let Steph Castle, Champagnie, Vassell,
I think
Carter
he should have
Bryant,
let. I think he
Harper
should have gave.
Jr.
I think he should
rock
have
out,
gave Harper more with his minutes.
but would
And I
they
think-
have still made it to the finals? Is the question, though. That's the question. Could they have still made it past them without Fox? Because if so, that week and a half of games they played, he could have sat out.
He had a decent OKC series.
Right. But that still ailed him going into the
But
Knicks series. A
it did,
team
but
who was well rested.
I just think that he should have gave Harper most of those minutes, dog. Because after a while, man, pride is only going to take you so much. Adrenaline is only going to take you so far, bro.
Now, this is the psychology of it. Does that fall on him or the coach?
No, it's the
Knowing,
coach.
knowing he hurt.
The coach has to make that decision, dog. You look, if me and you, we on a podcast. You understand what I'm saying? Me and you, this as far as NBA we gonna get. Brother, if we can see what we see on the court, you can't sit there and tell me the team doctors don't see that, dog. Or some assistants. You can't sit there and tell me that. Yeah, he got out, coach.
That happens.
But honestly,
they were a young team playing up against a more veteran team with a much more experienced coach. That happened. It's very rare a rookie coach outplays a better coach than them. Meaning Joe Mazzulla getting the Boston Celtics job, out coaching Jason Kidd, who had been coaching against a Dallas Mavericks team with Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving. It happens. It happens. You would think Dallas was better. Boston played better.
So
with a better coach. It happens.
What? Okay. So since we here,
hey, we here,
and Jason Kidd is the coach, and let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a hundo.
We're gonna keep it a bean. Let's go.
Luka was getting exposed that series. Do you take the ball out of Luka's hands and put it in Kyrie's?
You can.
And what do you do on defense?
But what part of Luka's game was exposed when he averaged 31, 9, and 9?
187 with your gat in your mouth.
I'm just asking the obvious question because it's the same conversation that we have about LeBron
I'm just saying, bro.
I'm just saying when Andre
He got
Iguodala
the
ended.
most
I'm just saying when Andre Iguodala ended.
187s. He
I'm just
had the
saying
most 187s in the whole series.
that's perfectly fine. But what I'm saying is
It's not fine, dog.
when Andre Iguodala ended up getting that Finals MVP, averaging 14 to 16 points a game, and LeBron had every statistical category collectively over everybody in that series.
Man,
That
look,
man got the Finals MVP instead of the MVP, the unanimous MVP, the following year for that team,
man, look. I cannot
who
explain that.
averaged his same numbers, if not more.
I can't
That makes no
explain that.
sense. That
And
makes no
please don't.
sense.
I can't explain that, and please don't ask me to explain it. But I will tell you this:
Because it's not gonna make sense.
no, it's not gonna make sense at all.
Like,
But what I am saying, bro, what I am saying is, when you ask me, do I take a ball out of a man's hand that's averaging 31 points when he got the most 187s in the whole entire series, dog? I'm gonna sit here and tell you, defensively, we're gonna have to do something better. The first person I'm firing, real talk, is my defensive coordinator as one of my assistants. As soon as this series is over. Because there's no such thing as sitting Luka. So we're going to have to figure this out. When you're on a co-ed softball team, right, and you got that one chick that really ain't that good, you just stick her out there in right field. Now, I had 4.4 speed back where I had 4.3 speed. Don't look at my weight. But I had 4.3 speed back then playing center field. I can cover that. But that's what you do as a defensive coordinator. When you got a player on the court that got 187s up and down every game of the series, man, they was eating off that dude, man.
so
It doesn't matter how much you score.
I'll tell you this. Because of your favorite stat of the finals, not of the finals, of a game.
I want you to go to it because I was about to go to it.
No. I already got it up. I'm already here. I'm already there.
Talk to me.
For the overall series, he was -12.
You see what Rob say? That's just him, though.
No, he's been out of shape, so I won't use that as an excuse.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna give you his numbers, but I'm gonna give you the +- if that's fair. I'm gonna give it to you quick.
Come on.
So throughout the entire series, he averaged 32, 9.2 rebounds, 6 assists, 1.6 steals, and 1 block per game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but his +- is your favorite stat, and that's where he lost at.
Yeah.
-30, -12, -19, +13, -12.
Run it back.
Which one? The stats or just the +-?
Not the plus and minus.
All right. Since this is your favorite stat, I'm gonna give it to you because you actually won this part of this conversation debate. -30 in game 1.
That's bad.
-12 in game 2. -19 in game 3.
That's terrible.
+13 in game 4 and -12 in game 5 because it was a 5. They lost in 5, ultimately averaging a -12 for the entire series. So that stat, you're absolutely correct.
I'm sorry, and I mean no disrespect. And I know you tried to color it and make it look halfway decent, but I don't do averages when it comes to plus and minus. I need that total.
No. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. This, as a matter of fact, I lied. This is the Western Conference Finals. That's it. That's even worse. This is before they even got to the finals.
Wait a minute. That's his plus and minus against Minnesota?
In 5 games.
That was his plus and minus against Minnesota?
Nah, it's showing that they played Golden. They went to the finals in 24. That's why I'm tripping. I put the wrong numbers up there. I do apologize.
Okay. Those were some atrocious numbers, though.
Nah, his +- wasn't that bad against them, though. So his actual stats, I do apologize for the listening people. I do apologize.
Because that went game 7, didn't it?
No, this still went to
5. No, they was too tired.
This went to 5-2.
No. I'm saying, I'm asking like the Western Finals against Minnesota. How many games did that go? Because I think
that was on 5.
Was,
no, Kyrie Irving
they tired out.
Kyrie Irving, the one who tied Anthony Edwards out.
Yeah, they tired. Yeah,
but
tired.
So in 2024, when they went to the finals against
Boston,
Yeah. He averaged 29, 8, 5.6, 2.6 steals, no blocks at all. His plus minus from game one was -10, -3, +9, +30, -19. He averaged 1.4 and total +7. So his plus minus in the finals wasn't bad because he ended with a positive.
Mm-hmm. Well, what say you to these things?
He was a sore eye on the defense though, man.
Defensively, yeah. But see, Jason Tatum himself had better numbers than Jaylen Brown in the finals, and Jaylen Brown still got the finals MVP.
Yeah,
that was tough to watch. And plus minuses between the two were relatively even. But Luka was his cousin.
Bro, it was. I'm gonna tell you.
That was all
bad.
political. To me, that was all political, man.
And yeah, most definitely. Why I don't know, because look where we are now. But anyway, here's what was bad. You know, they both knew they were even, but I think everybody knew that Jason kind of slightly beat out Jalen, slightly, not that much, because hey. Hey, but team light skin always be taking them, though, bro. Because you can. Team light skin always be taking them, but ain't that right, Sean P? But what I'm saying is, man, what was bad was when they were making the announcement. Jason was already making his way to the podium. And they said Jaylen Brown, and he stopped, and I was like, oh, man, that's bad. And I said to myself, they still trying to divide these boys, man.
Well, they did a good job in the end.
Man, I never understand that. You muted.
My apologies. Jaylen Brown's stats, bro, and I'm looking at these mugs again. His stats wasn't even better. Plus minus and all that was not even better than Jason Tatum's, and that man got that trophy. It wasn't even. And Kyrie Irving didn't even have a good series. He only averaged 19.
Well,
he averaged close to 20, but
hands though.
Well, I mean, one game he had 35. He had 35, but other than that, every other game he was.
Luka took the ball out of his hands.
It was 21 or less.
I saw that the whole series.
Kyrie had 12, 16, 35, 21, and 15.
Yeah, they took that out of his hands, man.
Sucks to get old, don't it?
Tatum in 3 of those 5 games had a double-double. And some of those games almost had a triple-double. 2 games he almost had a triple-double. Like, that's crazy.
That's basketball, man.
They wanted to sit there and try to convince me he was supposed to get that Finals MVP. He wasn't. Game 3, man. But in Game 3, everybody went off. Everybody almost had a 30-piece. Tatum had 31. Brown had 30. Kyrie had 35. Everybody went off in that series. Dang.
Yeah.
Man, I'm sitting here looking, man. Jason averaging the last 16 games of the season, averaging 32 minutes a game is crazy work.
You talking about this year?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that was insane. God. That was insane. Coming off that type of injury, he wasn't supposed to be playing that much. He should have been at 15 to 20 minutes, 22 at most.
I still believe that he played a game 7, bro. We be talking about another champion right now.
I wouldn't. No, I still think the Knicks would have won. I
Nah,
think
it
the
was
Knicks
the
still
Knicks
would have
for
won.
me, man.
I think the Knicks was still. The Knicks was just too much for anybody this year. The Knicks was
I
just too
don't think
much.
so. I don't think
I
so.
do. If you got to think about
There
it.
was
If
Boston was a matchup problem, man.
at some point that ailing injury that Tatum was dealing with was gonna catch up with him because he came back too quick.
Facts, but what I'm saying is, had they managed his time better, because there was obviously an issue. They don't want to say it, but that was obviously an issue.
It's two
I
things with
think if they
Achilles.
would have,
Go ahead. Go
oh,
ahead. Go ahead.
you're right. I've had a partial tear. I thank God I didn't have a rupture. I had a partial. I haven't tonight. I'm finna get my wife bought me a treadmill. It just showed up today. I'm gonna be on a treadmill for the first time in 13 years. I ride bikes because, brother, I had a partial, and it was very humbling.
Mm. And which leg was it?
Left.
Oh yeah, that's that high hat leg unless you left-handed.
Yeah, that was my high hat leg.
Look, I'm trying to look. If that's that base, you got to drop that base. It's kind of hard.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah,
I had you
yeah,
put that boot
yeah.
on. You can lift up every now and then, but that
Yeah,
base,
yeah.
you gonna do you ain't doing no doubles, no triplets, none of that. You ain't
Oh,
doing none of them.
none of that. None of that.
Is that the one you
Man, let
wear
me tell you
stack on?
something.
Would you say? Would you say, Trustee?
Is that the one he wears stack on?
Man, let me tell you something, man. I messed on myself so many times trying to get that timing down when I was in that boot, man. Oh my God. Trying to get that timing down, brother.
Look,
Hold on,
hey,
baby. Hold on.
look. You could be on point. You could be on point, but once you're there, hey, don't change the tempo. Don't speed. You don't speed up because I'm gonna keep it here. Like I'm gonna keep the pocket. Like I'm gonna keep the pocket.
No doubt.
Nah, man,
No
that
doubt,
Achilles injury is a very humbling injury, man. And I
Yeah.
just honestly, man, I think he came back too soon. I agree with you on that. I do think he came back too soon, but
Man, that's one of those injuries, though, man. That between that and the hamstring, if you're actively playing and you injured, you have to rest on it. And it's the same thing with an Achilles to some degree. You can't rush it. Like you have to allow it to fully heal. You have to allow it to fully heal.
Hamstring, calf, and Achilles.
And the actual but we're talking about actual tear of the Achilles, though. Like you can't rush that.
Yeah, a rupture. You cannot rush a rupture.
Like Damian Lillard came back and shot a 3-point. He came back in a 3-point contest, but he didn't play the rest of the year. That's all he did was shooting a 3-point contest. That shows you how effortless these guys are able to shoot the ball.
Yeah,
he came and played in a 3-point. He shot in the All-Star 3-point contest and won it, and didn't play the whole year off of Achilles rupture. Between him, Tyrese Halliburton, DiVincenzo just now.
32 minutes.
He was playing too many minutes too soon.
32 minutes. Okay, if you're gonna come back, all right, cool. You gotta come back, cool. I would
15,
feel a lot better.
18 minutes.
I said 20.
If it's a game that you want to, if it's a game that Joe Mazzulla wanted to see how he can do without Jaylen Brown, then do the minutes like how they did Mike when he broke his foot. 7 minutes a quarter, 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Kind of just see how he worked with his teammates in between spots, because Derek White, he seemed out of wits over the course of the season because of the inconsistencies of the lineup and all of that. So he went to a complete shooting drought to me. But Peyton Pritchard, he had moments, but he also had moments where, like I said earlier in other streams, where he helped the Celtics stay afloat. It wasn't just Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown is the talk of the MVP conversation, but Peyton Pritchard did his part. Like he helped them and saved them in a lot of games.
But for the last 4 years, they've been talking about separating them boys, man. Never understood. Now look, from a opponent, yeah, man, I get it. But I'm talking about the pundits. I'm talking about, reporters, what they should do and what they like. Why is that the first suggestion? And then when they won the championship together, I was like, all right, let's kill all that. Let's hush that, please.
But then they ended up getting split again. But they got split again
It
because
grew even more.
they won a championship. Then he got left off the USA team, which made no sense because two of his other teammates ended up getting on the USA team. That made no sense.
None.
How did the Finals MVP of that year not end up making it to the USA team?
And
But
then
two of his
how
teammates
is
who
it-
are not as good as him did. It made no
and
sense.
how does Jason Tatum get no minutes? Hardly any play. Oh, it's about matchups. Oh, okay. Because let's not forget, COVID year, the Olympics. If it wasn't for Jason Tatum, we don't have a goal, folks. Remember, LeBron didn't play. Kobe wasn't with us. Curry didn't play. Woo, bruh. I try to leave the politics out, man.
Man, but the politics are the hardest part to not pay attention to because it's right in front of us. And now one of our next talking points when we come back, I think, is since LeBron and Curry have had this longevity of face of the NBA, who's going to be the new face of the NBA? Will it be someone that's not from America, or will it be a USA player?
I think they missed it so there's not going to be another LeBron. It's not going to be another Jordan coming through that door. I know you're trying to make it Wemby, but you missing the opportunity. You got Anthony Edwards, all right? You got Jason Tatum. You got Maxey. You got 7 collective cats that you can market right now to be your guy for the league. It doesn't have to be a single face. Those days are over. But you have a collection of 7 guys who are studs that could hold their own. And just imagine what type of parity that you have in the playoffs with not just one player, but you got 7 that you can headline.
I mean, that's what it was like in the early 2000s.
Come on, man.
That's what it was like in the early 2000s. It was so much talent around that time where there was no distinct player that you can say, oh, that's the face of the NBA. As much as people want to point LeBron being the face of the NBA when he first came to the league, he wasn't. Kobe was still at the top. Kobe was definitely at the top of the game. Yeah, like Tim Duncan.
Come on.
Like it was a plethora of guys. Like it was a plethora of guys. So I never painted that picture of LeBron being the face of the league at that time.
Not at all.
It was too much. It was too much talent. It was too much.
And we appreciate y'all, man. We appreciate y'all coming through, man.
We see you, Spears.
Appreciate y'all coming through, man. Don't forget, we will be back at it tonight at midnight. It will be a whole nother broadcast. We're gonna be rebroadcasting. And man, y'all got some final minutes to say, man. Talk to me.
You know me, bro. I'm just waiting here until the morning. Because I'm thinking either between tomorrow and Wednesday, the decision 2.0 is coming.
And if y'all haven't heard it here first, man, y'all tap in with us when y'all listening in. Like, make sure y'all engage with us. We engage with y'all. If y'all have questions, y'all bring them on. We'll answer your questions live while we on. We bring on all comers, haters, lovers, all of you. We bring you all on. Like,
Yeah.
We want to welcome you all on, and we shy away from nothing.
No,
So you don't be scared because we sure as heck not.
No, and you do got trusty Sean P in, so don't mess up the feng shui of the show, because I will get you.
Hey, big shout out to Robert, man. I appreciate you, bro.
No doubt, brother Spears. We love you, man.
I appreciate you, Spears, man. You my brother, man. Appreciate you, man.
Just in case y'all forgot,
no, man, we do have a comment section where you're able to come in and leave your comments, and for the last few shows or so, man, brother Spears has kept us on our toes, and he's kept us entertained as well, man.
Facts.
He's become just as much a part of the show as any one of your platform hosts, man, and we appreciate him for that.
Yeah, facts, man. Facts. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, brother Spears. Man, we had a good show today, man. Look, gonna definitely jump on what LeBron doing, but we got some relationship things we're gonna talk about. But just in case y'all forgot where y'all at, I'm gonna tell y'all now.
When the weekend turns to Monday and the clock strikes 9, we're bringing you a message that'll stand the test of time. We got the wisdom in the building, keeping everything secure. A late night conversation that is positive and pure. Turn your radio up, tell your family and your friends. This is where the true community connection begins. It's a place for inspiration, it's a place for real talk. The most uplifting hour on your late night walk. Trusty Sean P, Deacon King Ace, and your host, Reverend Larry. The mic is live right now.
Man, that boy be on that doggone trumpet. Hey, love y'all, man. Peace. We out.
Yo.